Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how Diggle's Arrowverse spinoff belongs in the Superman and Lois verse. We need to come up with a better name than Superman and Lois verse if we're going to talk about the superheroes that are on Superman and Lois Earth, because Superman and Lois verse seems to be too wordy. You can get away with Arrowverse. You can get away with the Stargirl, or if you want to call Stargirl's Earth the Starverse, then you can get away with that. But Superman and Lois verse just seems too wordy. I'm sorry. We need a better, simpler name than Superman and Lois verse. Anywho, let's get it on. Actor David Ramsey recently gave an update regarding the John Diggle-led Justice U. According to his former Arrow star, the series is very much in works. It's still very much in works, with the producers having just hired a writer to pen the second draft of the plot script. This news led many fans to speculate that the Arrowverse isn't as dead as the upcoming end of the Flash indicates. However, the Justice U on Earth Prime would be a mistake. For the series to truly thrive, it would be better off taking place on a yet unnamed Earth of Superman and Lois, which was technically part of the Arrowverse, so because it's on a different Earth, it's kind of like set in the Arrowverse, and they kind of acknowledge. I'm gonna just continue. Anywho, despite sharing multiple characters and actors for the Arrowverse, including Diggle, Superman and Lois established that it exists within a separate continuity within a season 2 finale. Waiting for Superman. The revelation surprised many, but considering the fast dwindling number of shows set on Earth Prime, the series creators were smart to make the move. Better to force a new path than to linger in an empty shared universe. I still think before I continue, still think the Arrowverse can continue without having it be placed on Earth Prime. It still has Stargirl, which is on Earth 2, and technically after the Flash is gone, Stargirl is going to be the last known Arrowverse show, if you don't count this show being part of the Arrowverse. And I'd say it seems like Superman and Lois is loosely in the Arrowverse. Loosely in. So that's why I'm at the moment still calling the Superman and Lois show still part of the Arrowverse. Anywho, let me shut up and get going. The producers of Justice U would be wise to follow the same approach for a number of reasons. With the conclusion of The Flash, there will be no other Arrowverse set series. Should Justice U try to change that, it would have no one left to share the universe with. Stargirl! And the reason why I'm kind of being so prevalent about Stargirl in this video is because in the end of the Crisis of Infinite Earths, it was confirmed that Stargirl, the show Stargirl, before it came out, Stargirl was on Earth 2. And that's the only show that is still around in the Arrowverse. So unless if this Justice U show is in Earth 2 and Superman and Lois is on Earth 2, yeah, Stargirl's the last show connected to the Arrowverse. Which then they will have to explain how the DoD or the Army or whatever isn't aware of the events that are taking place in Blue Valley and Stargirl. Which I feel like they can think of something, but still. Anywho, the revelation surprised many, but considering the fast rolling, I already read that, so let me go down. The conclusion of The Flash, there would be no other Arrowverse set series. Should Justice U try to change, it would have no one left to share the universe with. Former stars could show up in guest spots to help keep the Arrowverse alive, but there's no guarantee that the actors would be available or even interested in doing so. No legacy characters aside from Diggle himself to connect the series to establish history. Just as you, and there is, cause end of Arrow. Pretty sure some members of Team Arrow are still around. They were going to isolate it just to Arrow. Some members of Team Arrow are still around, so. There's one. Anywho, yeah, and I'm really pulling. I'm really pulling here. Anywho, just as you could not only pay empty lip service to the Arrowverse larger continuity, and Diggle's story feels complete. For 2 years following the end of the Arrow, Diggle showed up in multiple series, trying to find answers about a mysterious box he found and the headaches it caused. By the time his quest led him to Airborne Thawne on Leon Yu, he was desperate and estranged for his family. He rejected the box and the cosmic power offered to recommit himself to his wife and children. Unlike so many other Arrowverse characters, Diggle's arc had a satisfying conclusion, with why ruin that when another largely unexplored version of Diggle exists in the world of Superman and Lois. Setting Justice U on Earth populated by Superman and Lois also gives the series much more greater narrative potential. Thus far, Superman is in his world's only power superhero. That makes it a blank slate for stories about metahumans. If Justice U is to follow Diggle as he mentors a group of young people with superpowers, maybe including survivors of Lieutenant Jen Anderson, ill-fated Superman of American Program, doing so on a planet where such an occurrence in New would make for a more exciting story. Arrowverse Diggle would have an entire collection of superhuman friends to consult with while teaching his young charges. Superman and Lois Diggle would have only Superman to ask for advice, as both a dad and the world's only superpowered hero. The Man of Steel is likely to be busy most of the time, which would force Diggle to figure things out for himself right alongside the people he's trying to teach. This would both raise Justice U's stakes and provide it with a stronger emotional core. Looking was admittedly they do bring up a good point in that paragraph, admittedly. Looking at the sharp drop in the number of Arrowverse series over the last year, the fact that the Justice U is still in development feels like a miracle. If the series actually makes it all the way through production stage, its creators will want to do everything they can to give it a shot at long-term survival. This means embracing changes. The Arrowverse was filed in the creation of the Justice U, but it will be gone soon. To have any kind of future, Justice U's best bet is to join the Superman and Lois and create a new Superverse. Superverse is better than Superman and Lois verse. And if they're going to say, okay, the Arrowverse gonna have like this spin-off universe that's still somewhat connected to the Arrowverse called the Superverse, I will be actually open to that. I'll be open to that. There's the Superverse kind of corrects, gives me answers to with the whole rant I went at the beginning about Superman and Lois verse seems so lengthy and wordy. Superverse is a better name than that. But yeah, rebranding isn't always a bad thing. And in this case, it could be a good thing, even though I'm going to miss the Arrowverse, admittedly. But like this article says, if Justice U takes on the Earth, is set up all blah blah blah. if the Justice U is on the same Earth as Superman and Lois, then yeah, it does present new opportunities. I mean, it's still kind of like if the people on Stargirl's Earth, which is Earth 2, or Superman and Lois Earth, which is yet to be named, they can figure out a way to like Earth jump, dimension jump, and we can still get heroes from the Arrowverse come in, the Superverse. We could have like the Atom. We could have potentially like a Black Canary. Earth, the old Earth 2 Laurel being a canary, coming to making a cameo. We can like Atom. I guess I already said that. The Earth Prime's version of Superman, or Earth Prime's version of Supergirl. I'm assuming that Barry Allen survives the event. So Barry Allen, if not Barry Allen, then Wally West. Because I feel like we haven't explored Wally West yet as much as we could have, and I'm hoping season 9 will showcase Wally West for the Flash. And I know like Wally West is familiar with different Earths, so he could like easily be. He could like Earth jump if he wanted to, potentially. But yeah, that's just me. That's just me. I just hope, like, I would say Batwoman, but I wasn't too much of a fan of the show. I feel like I'm not too much, like, I'm not even of a fan of the show Batwoman to want Batwoman to be in here. Unless if it's like a different version of Batwoman, which would be a better version of Batwoman, then I will be okay with that. Anywho, what do you guys think of this article? Let me know in the comment section down below. Yes, in this entire video I was pulling for the Arrowverse to somewhat continue. And in a way, so the Superverse can be like an, you can say that the Superverse would be a spin-off universe of the Arrowverse. And good or bad, you can say that. But with that said, what do you guys think of this article? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Wonderful day. Be kind to one another. Be kind to one another. And I'll catch you fellow musicians later. Later, taters.